Hey guys, Enter the Stars, and we're going to cover Bicentennial Man, which was released in 1999, starring Robin Williams as Bicentennial Man. Now, as many of you know, we have covered the fact that my birthday fell on the crucifixion of Jesus Christ in 1953, and it will again in 2018. And it just so happens that this movie has three specific time date markers within its plot: 2037, and 2073. And having not seen this movie in the last several decades, I was shocked to see these dates come to the forefront of the plot of this movie, given the fact that we had just discovered the 3773 cube star matrix complex. And right smack dab in the middle of these time markers in the movie is also the date of 2053. Again, 1953 being the last time that my birthday, March 29th, fell on the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. 20 years before I was born. 20 years before 1973. Now listen very closely, as the Bicentennial Man in this scene encodes in the numbers the date of Robin Williams' death. Model 114 is 2014. Model number 583625. If you remove the 5s, the middle numbers are 8362. 3 plus 6 plus 2 is 11. You have 811 in between the two 5s.
Northern Robotics Household Model NDR 114, serial number 583625.
We've talked a lot on this channel about the infinite loop, the infinity symbol, the sine wave. In this scene, we hear Bicentennial Man talk about an infinite loop.
You need to say it once, Andrew.
Oh, one would be saying it forever, sir. In an infinite verbal loop.
Exactly.
So we see the 8 theme, the infinity 8 symbol, repeated several times throughout the beginning of this film. First, Bicentennial Man rescues an 8-legged spider. And then in this scene, we see the husband and wife playing chess, which is an 8x8 squared chessboard. Now in this part, Bicentennial Man breaks a glass horse of one of the little girls, and he's trying to read this book to figure out if he could make another one out of wood. Now the interesting thing is that he turns to pages 72 and 73. And again, this is to reiterate for those who are not picking up on the 73 theme. This is not an accident. Okay? The years 2037, and 2073 are some of the date stamps within this movie. And there's a reason for that. It's because of the 7337 cube star matrix. And remember, you're always going to see a rabbit or an owl in the bed with a child. And that's what we have in this scene. We see the rabbit laying on its stomach just as Robin Williams leaves the bed. Again, this is the fertility. This is Ishtar, Inanna, Ishtar, Easter, Lilith, Ninna. And here we have another time reference.
What is one able to be?
Well, I don't know. See, people grow through time. Then, of course, for you, time is a completely different proposition. For you, time is endless.
Endless.
Now in this next clip, we hear the song $1 Million Baby. Now, let's listen to this.
$1 million baby in a 5 and 10 cent store.
Now, you heard that part. Now, this is the song $1 Million Baby. Now, this song was published in 1931, but it also had a version of it that published earlier in 1926. This is the 1926 version. You guys, 2014 minus 1926 is 88. And this is the year that Robin Williams died. And often where we see a chessboard, we also see a piano. The piano having 88 keys. Now in this scene, the clock strikes 4, and you see 2 clocks. And 4 plus 4 is 8. In the very next scene, we see the clock at 11. That's 8/11, the date he died. And here we see the clock at 11. Now listen to how many floors are in this building.
There you are. Bill, how are you, honey? This must be Andrew. Bill Feinko, family lawyer. Andrew?
You own one of my clocks. This is one of my favorites. Do you enjoy it?
Yes, I do, very much.
I like the new office, Bill. What floor are we on here?
37.
Andrew, come and have a look at this.
And you saw 37. And 37, again, is the 3773 cube star matrix. Now remember, the Bicentennial Man is the clock builder of time.
Andrew? I'm in here.
And on the clock, as she announces the death of her father, we see 11:16, which is 11:08 encoded.
Miss. Something wrong.
Yes, for you.
It's time.
In this scene, the Bicentennial Man seeks out others like him, and they repeat the 3-7 theme here in the address of this robot, 337. Here we see Bicentennial Man right before he meets a woman robot, and on this building it says organic food at this farmer's market, but then it switches over to genetically modified food.
Is nearing its end. I have exhausted all possibilities, save for one final ray of hope. I have learned of an NDR robot that has recently been rebuilt back home in San Francisco.
And it says guaranteed subliminal programming. Here, a researcher asks Bicentennial Man how old he would like to be, and he says that he's 62 years old, 1 year shy of the age that Robin Williams would die.
You'll feel nothing, none of your internal mechanisms will be changed. You'll still be subject to the parameters of your positronic brain. Is that clear?
Understood.
Okay, good. Now, have you given any thought whatsoever as to what age you'd like to be?
Officially, I am 62 years old.
Let's take off 25 years. What do you say?
15.
20.
Perfect.
Good.
And here we have another chess scene to remind us of the chess reference, 8x8 chessboard.
To celebrate the opening of the building that I restored, and all my friends will be there, and it would be great if you could come.
I would love to. Thank you.
I think you're letting me win.
Water is water. What about ice? What about steam? Andy, you gotta calm down, okay? Do you know what it's like to be laughed at?
Humiliating. It's an abomination. Look at me. Look what I'm doing here.
And the true abomination is the creation of life in an android and a robot. This is how they mix you up, get you to accept things by crossing the lines and blurring them and showing you opposites. Here they talk about the exact time that Bicentennial Man was born, being April 3rd. April 3rd is the 93rd day of the year, which encodes the 63 years of age that he would live to.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Marjorie Bota, President of the World Congress.
According to records of the Northam Robotics Company, the robot, also known as Andrew Martin, was powered up at 5:15 p.m. on April 3rd, 2005. In a few hours, he will be 200 years old, which means that, with the exception of Methuselah and other biblical figures, Andrew is the oldest living human being in recorded history. For it is by this proclamation that I validate his marriage to Portia Charney and acknowledge his humanity.
The deception is that a machine could one day be recognized in heaven. Take care and be safe, you guys.